As part of activities that ensuring safety of the country's waterways as well as to enhance the maritime security, the lawmakers of the upper chamber has moved to provision for the suppression of piracy as well as provide punishment for offenders. Leading the debate on the general principles of the bill, the sponsor of the bill, Senator F. Young, noted that sea piracy in Nigeria has grown into a worrying economic crime, adding that Nigeria needs to do more to suppress the rising trend of piracy.
It should be borne in our minds that sea piracy in this country has grown into a worrisome economic crime. Hence, they need to curtail its appeal by passing this bill. Moreover, this crime oftentimes constitutes a violation of international law by forcefully taking ship away from the control of those who are legally entitled to operate the ship. Mr. President, according to International Maritime Bureau, IMB, while the incidence of sea piracy is dropping in other territorial waters, it is increasing here in Nigeria.
While supporting the bill, other senators observed that existing laws with reference to piracy are obsolete, stating that the bill is aimed at upgrading existing laws and bringing it at par with international laws and conventions in the area of maritime laws.
As a matter of fact, this is giving us a very bad name within the international community. Within the shoreline of Oron, for instance, we have a small strip of water that belongs to Bakassi. And as of today, we have handed over Bakassi to Cameroon. So they are now making money. They have turned themselves into revenue collectors, and those who refuse to pay or refuse on a daily basis to adhere to what their directives are paid dearly with their lives. It is such a terrible situation that I never even thought that it would be possible for us to curtail the situation. But thank God for this bill.
In his ruling, the Deputy Senate President, who presided over the Wednesday's sitting, referred the bill to the Senate Committee on Navy with a mandate to carry out more legislative work and report back in 4 weeks.
The sea pirates have caused us very considerable embarrassment as a nation, and it has also done a lot of damage to our economy. The issue of the cost of insurance on goods coming from abroad has also been affected by the activities of these pirates. So I think they deserve the time given to this bill, and I would like to thank you for your very brilliant contributions. In the past, the Parliament have responded to this kind of call in making separate legislations for certain crimes that cost us national embarrassment, including terrorism, the obtaining money by false pretenses, corruption, and other such offenses, which are already in our criminal code and penal code. We've removed some of those crimes and then placed them under special legislations in order to deal with it aggressively. So this too has come as part of the issues, I believe, we need to give special consideration and have a separate legislation to deal with it in view of the embarrassment it's causing to all of us.
In another development, the Senate is set to wade into crisis rocking the federal government amnesty program in the Niger Delta. Senator Peter Onwabushi, citing Order 42 of the Senate Standing Rules, drew the attention of the Senate to what he refers to as the sufferings of those sent abroad via the amnesty program, warning that failure to meet up with the amnesty obligations by the federal government might result in another problem in the Niger Delta.
And some of them are being sent out of school. So, Mr. President, this is about to bring in another problem in the Niger Delta. And I remember I discussed it with you, Mr. President. I intend to bring a motion as allowed by this rule for this particular matter.
The Senate, however, resolved to take an official motion on the matter on its next legislative day.